Welcome to the Fitchburg Cultural Council's December 5th meeting. We're opening the meeting at 4:48 p.m. This is a grant meeting and this is a public meeting, and anybody of the public is welcome to speak on anything related to our agenda today. And since we have one member of the public here, we will move to that section, which is the second agenda item. But first, just a quick housekeeping note for the public that we are looking for new members. We're part of the Massachusetts Cultural Council, and we are the local body here at home in Fitchburg, and we're part of City Hall. We're all in place as volunteers, and we're put in place by the mayor's office. If anybody in the community would like to join us, feel free to get in touch with us. So a quick note on new membership. We're always looking for new members, and we have a guest today. Thank you so much for being here. And anybody else in the public, you're always welcome to come to our meetings. It's open to the public and recorded as it is today. And you're welcome. So thanks for coming. The treasurer's report, we don't have one today, so we're going to move on to our grant coordinator's report, and we also are going to blast right past that to our FATV note here. We're members of FATV, which is a great organization here in town, and I wanted to talk to everybody about signing up for FATV membership for another year. They've been a huge help in helping us get everything online and recorded, and they film us when we're at City Hall. So I'd like to take a request for a motion to become members in the new year.
So moved. I second. I part. Do you have to actually say what it is? Like,
yeah. So
I make a motion that we renew our membership.
Okay, second. So we have a motion from Eileen, I believe.
Well, I think Shara made the motion. Give it to Shara. She did the talking.
All right.
I would have seconded it.
All right.
It doesn't matter.
So we have a motion from Shara to sign up with FATV as a member for the second year. And we have a second from Eileen. Would anyone like to speak to the motion? Audrey?
So I would imagine that FATV would continue recording our meetings regardless if we have a technical membership, because they were providing it for us before we even became members as part of the pandemic. And they continue to record legislative meetings. However, having a membership would mean that we could start up the TV show again, use their facilities to record promos, use their editing equipment, borrow their equipment if we need to record something. And whether we start our membership January 1st or start it October 1st, the fee is the same amount for the year until December 31st. It's also a matter of whether or not we will utilize those amenities.
Thank you. Anybody else speak into the motion?
I think that, yes, I would like to speak to it. I think that what Audrey said is really valuable, having access to the equipment and the staff to help us do things. You know, I would like to see us at least be able to promote some of our grantees and projects that they're doing when it comes around. And I think we should support FATV even if we don't utilize that. So I'd say starting January 1st, that we should just pay the membership and roll it over.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? All in favor?
Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
Is the fee $75 as it was?
I haven't checked. But I wanted to support them, and I want to get us in the running for next year, because I think they're a great local organization to support, and they've been really good to us. I think they're great for the students and for other people in the community if they want to somehow benefit through membership through us. I think it's a great thing for us to do and to continue to do. So I want to do it and get it done for the new year. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right, so I will double check on our fee and have that for the next meeting. We're moving to the grants next. And so today we're going to be starting on, so it's in our grant book, it's page 83. And so just as for housekeeping for last, for how we do this, I'm basically going to read the number for the note taker, because we don't have our secretary with us today. And when we decide whether it's approved or not approved, we just need to state the reason why, so we can keep track of it, right? Yep. And so basically, I'm gonna go over the number, the amount requested, and then a few details, and then we can get a motion on the table first before we begin to review it, to discuss it, if we need to discuss it. So we're gonna start with 26248, so that's page 83. And this is Eric Craig, it's really Daddy Doe, which many of us know here in Fitchburg. So this is a CD album release party, basically. He's asking for $1,000, and the album release is gonna happen at the First Parish Church. So would anybody like to make a motion on this first application?
I'd like to make a motion to approve application 26248. Period.
I'll second that.
So we have a motion from Audrey, and a second from Liz. So would anyone like to speak to the motion?
I would. It looks like it's a record release party. Two events actually, past the Ox party and a spring listening party, I think. It's actually two. But then the budget actually has a budget for basically the production of this album. So it was unclear to me whether or not he was, it sounds to me like he's considering the entire thing the project, from the creation of the album to the events. So I guess I'm not sure that it's just the performance, or listening party, I should say. I'm not sure if the listening party is a performance. I like the idea of funding a music event, a music application, and especially the creation of new music. So, I feel like the application actually gives us the flexibility. Are we really funding the creation of the music? Are we funding a performance? Are we funding a listening party? I'm not really sure.
Good point, Eileen.
Along those lines, I was also wondering, whatever he's planning here, is it open to the public? Are they going to advertise it as being open to the public?
And I actually made a note of that, because it does say one of the events is free to attend, but you have to get an RSVP. So if that's a part of what we're funding, I think we need to say can't be an invitation only.
The listening party does cost money.
Right.
That's later in the spring, it sounds like.
Right, although we could say, we'll fund the listening party and we're gonna give the first $1,000 worth of attendees free admission, and that's what.
Okay, so,
I'll just add, or see if you guys can see any clarification. Do you think that this album is gonna be just your Daddy Doe and Showtime, or do you think it's gonna be this entire list of collaborators? Like, is it gonna be an album like with lots of different local musical artists?
Should we ask him to elaborate on what he's doing here? Because we've passed him over before because he asked for money to build his business. And I'm not sure that's what we're about, unless parts of building his business is going to be open to the public and be, something that will bring people to town.
Mhm.
So maybe we should ask him for a little, what is he using the $1,000 for something that would be open for the public and advertised as such?
okay,
Right, or even if it was for the production of, or the creation of this music, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I just need a better understanding, because if we think about it like it's visual arts, would we fund a visual arts project, the production of a piece of art? Probably, or possibly, would be eligible. So I'd like to think of production of music in the same way. I don't like the idea of the RSVP part of an event, and I'd rather have it be an actual performance than a listening party. But I think that better fits with our mission if it was a live performance as opposed to a listening
It
party.
was a live performance, right?
But but I feel like we need a better understanding out there.
Mhm.
Yes.
all right, so we have a motion on the table. So,
I would like to withdraw my motion and suggest that we table it after we invite Derek to come chat with us.
okay, all right. Motion is withdrawn, and I will reach out to him. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so moving on. Moving on to 40914. Somebody keeping up with the note taking?
Oh, there's a lot on that one.
There was a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is Christopher Croucher from Leominster. He's asking for 3,000. The project is Letting the Land Lead series. This is gonna be taking place in towns. Groton is one of the towns. I'm gonna look over the book. And I will let you guys discuss the motion, put a motion on the table before I make any further comments.
I put a motion on the table that we, fund grant number 40914.
Okay, anyone want to second the motion?
I'll second that.
So we have a second from Liz and a first motion from Shara to approve. I want to speak to the motion. I felt like the fact that even though this is a local, person, it's gonna be in the Groton Conservation Trust. One of our missions is to focus on local things, and this doesn't feel too local to me. But I'd be interested in anybody else's comments.
I would agree, that what it seems to be saying is that the project is taking place throughout the town of Groton. If they wanted to come do it in a piece of conservation land in Fitchburg, I'd be fully supportive of it, but not in Groton. I don't see the benefit to the Fitchburg.
Our sense. I felt the same.
Is it possible to, well, I have actually seen some of this and stuff before, and it's actually really cool. You know, okay. But I agree that it's not local or up to us. It's not.
Okay,
All right, so all in favor?
we're passing on this. Is that the motion? Aye.
Wait,
No,
no,
no.
motion's
All in
always in the
favor would
affirmative.
be, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So the motion always has to be to approve the grant, and if we don't want to approve the grant, we say no instead of aye.
Okay,
Okay, so motion denied.
And reason being not local enough.
Yeah.
Doesn't meet local criteria, right?
Yes.
But I'd love to see him apply next year and
Right.
offer him Fitchburg. Like, if we
I
can
know
have
him,
feedback.
we'll actually talk to him.
Oh, you do?
well, Groton isn't that far away
It's not.
It's not,
for us, you know,
Yeah.
but not,
Train
it's
doesn't
not
go
here.
but it's not, right, and it's not going to serve the Fitchburg.
Exactly, but if you want to see it, you can go to Groton.
Yeah, and I'm sure the Groton Cultural Council is probably jumping at it.
All right, guys. All right, the next one is 43695. 43695, page 100.
I can look at my notes and also.
101, yeah, sorry. This is hard. This is the Discovery Museum. They're in Acton. They're asking for 400 for open door connections. And this is a museum that I believe we funded them last year.
Yeah.
We funded them multiple years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, and we have a letter of support from a Fitchburg resident as well. And they do support, it's children after school free admission. It's kind of great. So we'll take a motion for this one.
I'll make a motion to approve application. I don't know where it is right now.
43695.
That one.
Anybody want to second the motion?
I'll second it.
So we have a first motion from Audrey to approve it, a second from Shara. Anyone speaking to the motion? Audrey?
Yeah, I just want to read out the full thing of that. It'll include visits at no or low cost for families with children on the autism spectrum who are deaf or hard of hearing, blind, have low vision. $1 person admission for EBT, connector care, and WIC card holders, free admission for educators and military families, free admission for all on select Friday evenings, and free membership donated to families in needs. and approximately 500 residents of Fitchburg have visited the museum through ODC.
Thank you very much. It's great. It's awesome.
To speak to it, I think that all of that is really wonderful and making museums accessible. And the Discovery Museum is focused on children's education in the arts, and it's really wonderful. So yeah, I'm for it.
All right.
So we should put it.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, so motion carries for 43695. All right, the next one is 33986. This is Matt Dunn, who we all know. It's $1,200 he's requesting for a project in Fitchburg. I was a little vague on this one. I'll take a motion. We can go into details after.
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve from Liz. Anyone want a second motion?
A second.
Audrey, second. Anyone speaking to the motion?
I'll speak to it. I'm not sure how clearly he defined it in here, but I know that he's done this project before. It got the community involved in like a sort of treasure hunt sort of thing, locating where the different dragonflies were.
And it seems that it is successful. It was a charity also.
Mhm.
I was a little vague on how the thing works, but
Well, it sounds like we would be helping to defray the cost of some of the materials to create the dragonflies, and then he would donate those dragonflies to the scavenger hunt. That's what I was reading. So then, at least in the past one, the scavenger hunt raised funds for a charity. So the sort of the raising funds for another charity aside, I feel like that is the scavenger hunt. That's really what it is. It's the scavenger hunt piece that you would be funding the materials for. Does that fit into any of our categories? I mean, it's art.
well, yeah,
It's a piece
the
of art.
production of it is done
Right,
art.
it's a piece of art that becomes a scavenger hunt. Prize.
Right, and we're helping with the product. Yeah. Making the product. Chara?
Yeah, I feel like, it is supporting an activity that engages the community. There's an end product that people will have, and there's also some kind of, plan of donation of funds. So I think it's like a win-win. Yeah, I
And it's
really
helping
like
the
it.
local artists too.
And yeah, and that is a local artist who is definitely
Are
been involved in the community and the students program, things like that.
All in favor, so?
I
Alright, motion carries on 33986. Alright, 30401. 30401. This is the Ethnic Arts Center of Somerville. Black History Month, this is kind of awesome. It's a puppet show. It's gonna happen in Fitchburg schools. And even though they're out of town, I will take a motion for this one. I think it's awesome. Audrey?
I'll make a motion to approve application 30401.
Okay, we have a motion from Audrey to approve.
I'll second it.
We have a second from Shara. So anyone speaking to the motion? Audrey?
So in the past, in previous years, we have approved the application by them. So they, though they are performers in Somerville, they will be performing at Fitchburg Public Schools. So it is for our kids to have a Black History public performance.
And we have their letter, which is perfect, from the school, Fitchburg Public Schools.
I
So,
think it's very cool.
okay. So all in favor?
Oh wait, I have a question though.
That's Audrey.
Sorry. I'm looking at it again, and the letter says we will be able to implement this series virtually at all 5 of our after-school sites. Do we think that this performance will be in person, or will they be watching video?
It says the Learning Center. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know what the Learning Center is. Anybody know? And maybe that is just a place where they can watch things online.
I think, yeah, I wonder if it's like they're gonna be at one location
Oh, so that more
And then
people can
all the
watch.
other 5 schools will see it virtually online, I don't know.
That's what they're saying, the Ethnic Arts Center will create a live action video.
Okay. Is that helpful?
Yeah, but it doesn't excite me.
Sorry.
Eileen, we know you love in person.
$3,000
It's fair.
for four pantomime shows and produce a live action video of each. So are we just paying for their production of the video?
Yeah, I would like to get more clarification on whether they're producing something live or video.
Okay. So would someone like to withdraw their motion?
That someone being me would like to withdraw my motion. And so Tamara reaches out to the applicant.
Okay. That's fair. Moving on, Fitchburg Art Museum 41416. And this is the 87th Regional Art and Craft Exhibition that we fund every year. They're asking for 1,200. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a
I'll make a
ahead.
motion this time.
All right, so it's Eileen's making our first motion. Anyone want to make a second?
Okay, I make
I'll
a
second.
motion that we fund the 87th Regional Exhibition grant number 41416 for the library, for the art museum, I'm sorry.
I'll
Thank you.
second that.
Okay, anyone speaking to the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so 41416 is approved for funding. 42221, this is the Cultural Alliance, this is the
Is it
annual.
42221?
2221.
3-2.
Three twos.
Yeah.
But no 3s.
No threes, 42221.
Yep.
Fitchburg Cultural Alliance, this is the Arts and Culture Directory. It's a print publication that they've done 2 years in a row now, and they're asking for 1,500. That's funny, $1,509.
That's a weird amount.
It's like so strange.
Oh, yeah, 'cause and maybe it's like split between other.
No, it
No,
probably
it's
has
not.
to do with how they figure the budget, there's some odd number or something.
Anybody else want to make a motion?
I would like to make a motion that we approve the funding for the Arts and Culture Directory. Propose. Grant
42222.
proposal for 2221.
Anybody want a second?
I second.
9 seconds. Anyone speaking to the motion?
I will speak to the motion. I think that this they've been 2 years of this so far, and I think that it will only build more momentum the more we do it and the more we get, and the more that they do it and the more that it goes out in public. The people will be looking and seeing the different artists and cultural things that are happening in Fitchburg. I think it's really, really valuable to us to have this.
Thank you, Shar. Anybody else? Can we get your vote before you walk out?
My vote is yes. I think I should support them.
All right. So all in favor?
Aye.
I had to abstain. Shar, can you mark that down? Okay, so motion carries for funding and I abstain. Okay, so 40840. This is the Historical Society. This is also publication-based program, I guess you could say. They're asking for $3,304.
It must be like split with other grants or something like that, and like for
Okay.
marketing and for.
I'm like, what is going on here? 2 in a row. So we'll take a motion for this one.
And wait, this is exact from their budget, I think, right? 3,004, yeah. I'll make a motion to approve application 40840.
Okay. We have a first from Audrey. Anybody want a second the motion?
I'll second the motion.
We have a second from Eileen. All right, anybody speaking to the motion?
Should we wait just a second for Liz to come in?
Sure, yeah. And we have, I like that she put examples in here.
Oh, yeah.
I love these publications, actually, they're kind of fun. Hi, Joe.
Hi.
Sorry.
Well, I like to say that they do nice work, I think. I've started to volunteer with them, so I don't know if I should accuse myself or talk about it. They do nice work, they don't have a lot of money, but when they do get something done, it's really good. I don't think we can come up with the full bit, but I think we should give them a little money, I think we should support them.
Thank you. We're talking about the
Historical
Historical Society's
Society.
publication,
Oh,
40840.
Page 148.
Page one, yeah. All right, so all in favor?
Aye.
So,
Bye.
so motion carries, so
Wait,
that's
who was
four.
second?
Eileen.
Thank you.
I got it.
I did not know.
I forgot.
Okay, so we're moving
Yeah,
to
everything's
28857 on page 157. So this is Fitchburg Loves the Children. This is a newly established nonprofit, established by Marites McLean. She's asking for $1,500. She wants to do a multicultural family festival in town. And her organization is all about kids for kids, to help children. There is no location on this one. So I'll take a motion and we can talk about it.
I move that we, approve, I'm sorry, I move that we approve, grant number 28857, the Fall 2023 Multicultural Family Fest.
Thank you, Eileen. Anybody want to second the motion?
I'll second it.
And thank you, Shara, for a second. So anybody speaking to the motion? Audrey?
So we have approved the, application from them in the past, except they were under a different name. I forget what it was.
And the Fitchburg Loves the Children.
Yeah, that's what it is now, but,
Right.
Oh.
but last time it was, they're caring kids.
Yes,
Um,
they changed the name, it was just, it's the same organization.
Yeah.
They decided to rebrand.
Yeah.
I thought that they changed the name from
From
Fitchburg
Fitchburg.
Yeah,
to
it's-
something else.
They
I
did,
think
they
that's
did.
a
They did.
Yeah, I don't know why she
remember what
still
it
has
is.
it.
Maybe they're doing the BBA.
This is an ink, so it's probably, she has to keep it
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
fair enough.
Yeah. no
with the
problem.
state legally.
But on that note, one of our priorities is to have a, at least one venue commitment letter. And she explicitly says that she was waiting to get a commitment letter until, or get a commitment until we get the money. So I think we need to reach out to her, to, That one.
Suggested that we covered it, that fully, which are next week.
yeah, I think so.
Well,
So,
I also think there could be an opportunity for her. I know the Creative Cities program is looking to do some sort of pan-cultural event in the future.
Mhm.
And, you know, maybe this could be an element of that.
Right.
Or it could be, but I just, think that we should connect. We should try to make those connections.
Yeah.
See if there's opportunities.
so, Eileen, can I get you, can we, withdraw the motion and we can reach out, I'll reach out to her.
Okay, I'll withdraw the motion.
Thank you very much, and I'll reach out to her. I know where to find her. Okay. The next one is 29191. Hello, Joe and AJ.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
By the way, Char is taking notes, AJ, unless,
Sorry, you're the boss.
unless Char would like to
I'm feeling
relent.
very overwhelmed, I have to.
I know the feeling. Trust me, I understand. I understand.
So, if you wanna,
I'm picking up right now.
Right now.
What was it again?
29191,
Perfect.
it's, yeah,
Blend those notes together, then.
right,
Okay.
well,
Yes,
that's loud.
we'll blend.
All right, so page 164. So this is the Fitchburg Military Band. This is the Cogsall Park Summer Series. He's asking for $5,600. We all know this organization. So would anybody like to make a motion on this?
I'll make a motion to approve application 29191 for Fitchburg Military Band's 2023 Summer Concert Series.
Thank you, Audrey. From Liz. So would anybody like to speak to the motion?
Well, we fund it every year, at least every year I've been with it. I've never been to any of his productions, but I've talked to him a few times. And seems very sincere, and he brings these people together, and it's a big job. So I say we fund him. I don't know where he's gonna get, we're not gonna get $5,600, you know, if he doesn't expect that. But I say we should give him some funding.
Shara?
I am, just wonder if, I can't remember now on this, if he has other sources of income, because, he's asking for, $5,600, and there's no way that we have that in our budget to fund.
I figure he knows
Joe? I
that.
got Joe next.
William has done this for several years, and he always requests more than what we can ever give him. And he always pulls off his concerts. He will schedule as many concerts as he can afford. For him, they're always well attended, very popular at Carswell Park. And so I recommend council.
And
If I may.
yeah, I thought I had Eileen or Audrey, I saw a couple hands.
Oh, I was just going to refer to the application in terms of that question of, he gets sponsorship from a local business. Yeah, I think he's prepared if we not fund the full amount, but I think it's very exciting that he's planning on expanded the series from 3 concerts to 5 free concerts.
Maybe Liz?
I just wanted to make note that, the application does ask how, budgets will be adjusted if they're not funded, and he has. Says it's unrealistic to expect 100% of funding, but hope springs eternal.
I thought that was funny too.
Every year he has so much fun.
All right, so all in
Fewer
favor?
funds translate to fewer concerts.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
All in favor?
I
Okay, so 29191 is approved for funding. All right, so the next one is also the Fitchburg Military Band, 37411.
Yeah, 317.
37411, sorry. Sorry, AJ.
You're gonna have me like.
This is at the Senior Center or City Hall. It's a holiday concert. He's asking for 2,000. Anybody want to make a motion on this one?
I'll make a motion to approve it. 37411.
37411.
Second.
So we have a first motion from Liz and a second from AJ. Would anybody like to speak to this motion? Audrey?
Yeah, he didn't put, is it for when will this project take place? He didn't put a year, he just said late November to early December. I'm assuming he means 2023, because,
That's the funny year.
and he did not provide a venue commitment letter, which is one of our priorities, but I don't know, if people think that it's,
So.
pretty likely.
I know this year we did have the guidelines that we were requiring that from all applicants, but in years past, it was only for those that are operating who are not from Fitchburg, who don't have a trust during this time. So, we can certainly, go as a council to go, against that. We will put in, that exception for. Say that that's something that's present.
So
Senior
senior
center
center
or
or
City
city
Hall.
hall, which,
Yeah.
I don't know how, I don't know if city hall's prepared for a full band concert.
Oh, the sound would be horrible.
I'm kind of confused because these are
Two separate.
two separate proposals from the same fellow, and we probably can't fully fund either proposal. So it seems to me the wisest thing would be to take one proposal and go for it. I say this as a person who at the end of the year has to figure out which proposal I'm talking about here and find it in. So my vote is let's take one proposal. If we want to give the other one back, it's too high, and give this one maybe.
Joe?
My recommendation is that decision, could be made during the funding process. If it does qualify for funding, and we get around to funding, revisit that question. Just use this word, funding for.
Okay.
You don't know where our finances is going to be.
I agree with that, we're just determining
If they're.
if they meet the criteria and they're eligible, we're not determining what to give, so. I think it is definitely eligible, and I understand that one is a summer series of concerts, and one is holiday concert, so
Right.
they're different.
I'd
Alright.
love
And
to
it's-
see us
Right.
have a holiday concert.
And I know the whole,
Yeah, true. Sorry.
Alright.
We're gonna, right.
the
Alright, let's take a
whole
vote.
budget goes to paying the musicians. So
Yes.
I think it is legit.
Oh, is
all
it
in-
supposed to be for the tree one?
No,
No.
no, I'm adding, I'm
That's
ad-libbing and making
speculative.
things more complicated.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so all in favor of funding, we have a motion from Liz and a second from AJ of funding 37411.
I,
Aye.
I think it would be good, we got it.
You know what? I can always ask for
Yeah.
So
Uh,
is
do we
that,
want-
is that six in favor?
it. It was, so motion carried, yeah. I'll ask for that. Alright, so the next one is 34713. This is at the Fitchburg Public Library. It's the Cosmic Kelly's Science Workshop. It's gonna happen in July. They're asking for $400. Would anyone like to make a motion?
I make a motion that we approve Cosmic Kelly Science Workshop, grant 34713.
Thank you, Marlene. And anyone
I
want a
second it.
Shara made a second motion. Would anyone like to speak to the motion? All in
It's a
favor?
library.
It's a library. All in favor?
I.
Motion
Awesome.
carries
Yeah.
for 34713. I know, I'm like, I want to attend.
Yeah.
We should have done that.
You probably can,
I think I can, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's open to all.
All right.
So let's open.
So as a team, Fresh Films is 34350 from Boston. This is at the high school. This is a film media project. It's filmmaking. They're asking for $1,000. I could do this anything. Do you want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion
Okay.
that we approve application number 34350 for Fresh Films Company.
So we have a first motion from Sarah to approve, Shara, sorry, to approve, and a second from Liz, I think. So that was, okay. Anyone speaking to the motion? Audrey?
Yeah, I don't think they have a commitment letter from the Fitchburg High School to confirm that, yes, they are doing a program at their school. Otherwise, since I have a film background, I'm all about, film programs in schools, but yeah, I think we need that commitment letter, especially considering how they are from Boston with the Illinois mailing address.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
I have a question. I don't know who these
Eileen.
people are.
Okay,
Does anybody know who these people
We
are? I
don't.
mean, we're channeling out stuff for young people, and I'm kind of horrified at some of the stuff that's being channeled out for young people. And so if nobody knows who these people are and has a recommendation from them, and they're from Boston, I really don't like it.
okay, fair. So let's take a vote. All in favor? Okay. 34350 is not funded.
Do we want to do the same thing that we've done with others and reach out, table and reach out to see if they would get a support letter from the school?
I personally would like that, but we didn't withdraw the vote.
Yeah,
I'd like to know more about what this thing is all about, underestimated children, what? It's.
I'd like to make a motion
So
to,
Shara has to,
well, we did vote.
we already voted, but Shara, we can withdraw it.
I make a motion, I withdraw the motion, pending that we get more information from them on who they are and what their connection to Pittsburgh is.
The venue commitment letter.
And a venue commitment.
That's the big one. All right, I will reach out. So Shara withdrew her motion, and Tamar will reach out.
Got it. Give me a hot second then.
Maybe we can sell it on.
Not really.
Take it over.
Do you want me to make a motion to take,
No.
to take all, okay.
We'll research it. We need to adjust our way we go, our way we talk about it.
gives me time to reach out to them, see what happens. Okay, so the next one is, 32925. Are you ready, AJ?
I'd like to make,
No,
to make,
give it, everybody will pause.
So we're saying
Pause.
Shar withdrew.
Yes.
I will do the motion, until we get more, in order to reach out and get more information about who they actually are and
and what
their
they,
connection to Fitchburg and a commitment letter from the schools that they're talking about.
okay, makes sense.
So that's it.
Thank you. Tell me when you're ready.
Oh.
As a reminder, we are recording.
Yes, yeah, understood. Thank you. Application, I'm ready.
34350. I just wanna make sure we're all set on that.
Yeah, we are, but I do have a question. I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, I wasn't here.
That's fine.
The 34713, Andre, you might have gotten this. This is the one prior to.
Yes,
Who, yeah, Shara seconded. Who was motion to move forward?
I have Eileen.
Was made by Eileen.
Yeah.
34713 was Eileen made the first motion, Shar made the second.
All right, now I'm caught up, I swear. Where's that? Here we go.
It's okay, I had to skip some of mine.
Okay, so it's 32925. This is friends.
I make a motion to approve 329225. You looking for motions?
I was trying
You don't have to ask.
You're
me.
fast,
You
you're
just-
going.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Let her say it first.
All right.
Okay,
so that's
I
Eileen
approve.
first.
I look-
Anybody want a second?
I would like,
Eileen's
I'm putting out a motion to approve summer concerts at
Okay,
32925.
AJ, seconded the motion. Anybody want to speak to the motion? It's 32925. Audrey?
We've funded this project many, multiple years. They're free concerts like Coxwell Park. I haven't had a chance to attend just because I work on weekends, but it's a good event. Joe, I think you probably
Yeah,
have
always
attended.
good at
Mary
that. They are
Freeman
menus,
is,
so we don't get it.
All in favor?
Okay,
Wait, I want to speak to the motion.
Okay,
Go too fast, Tamara.
We're doing really good on time.
we are.
I'm just curious, we have, the summer concert series at Cocktail Park. We also have Fitchburg Military Band doing a summer concert series. I thought that,
we've done that every year. They're different views, they get different music. Mary Kringan's terrific.
aren't they both at Cocktail Park?
Yes.
Yeah, not at the same time.
The Friends of Cogswell Park work out the schedule, they do their own concerts and then they bring out others. Concerts.
I'll speak to that. Sure. Yeah, so in previous years, both Friends of Coxwell Park and Fitchburg Military Band have applied separate applications. And I think through July through August, maybe in September in Coxwell Park, they have like a weekly concert. And in the past, two or three of them have been occupied by the Fitchburg Military Band. So I'm assuming that means that their application fee is not, the budgets don't commingle. They're just kind of reserving, those 2 weeks in August or September, whatever, to have their concert. And then the Friends of Coxwell Park for their summer concert series, they can choose other bands that they would like to come perform. So I think those are two different
Maybe more like
series.
pop bands and things like that, or?
There's Beatles.
If you're familiar with the concerts on the common, yeah. it's
Yeah.
like much similar program.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing to consider is we're hanging out on 2 grants for this band, the military band. One would probably not be in Concho, it's the holiday. So when it comes time to figure out what we're gonna do about the 2 grants, we'll keep this in mind too. I will say that Mary Kringen is really good. If I had to talk about anybody who is really good about getting her stuff in and all of that sort of thing, if that is any, value, I say, give it to Mary Kringen.
More music, the better. John?
And we've been funding these programs exactly as we've been.
Okay, now can we take a vote? Now can we take a vote?
That's all, no.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right. Next.
Motion carries. The next one is Groton Hill Music. Everybody knows it's a big, beautiful new place. It's 43969. This is $1,000 for summer classes at the Boys and Girls Club in Fitchburg and Munster. And they have a letter of support. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the application 43969, Boys and Girls Club and After School and Summer Music Classes.
Thank you. Anybody want to second the motion?
Second,
Eileen, so we have a first motion from Audrey and a second from Eileen. Anybody speaking to the motion? Audrey?
I have a question. Do we know Groton Hill Music used to be called Indian Hill Music?
Yes.
It did.
Okay, yeah, so we have approved their application in the past, if that's worth noting at all.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries for 43969. Next one is Grow Native Massachusetts from Waltham. The program is in different community, I was unclear on, anyway, we'll get to a motion.
Number
Sorry, it's
44328.
4328, I'm sorry, Agent.
You're right.
44328. Grow Native Massachusetts, they're asking for 500. They're a nonprofit from Waltham. They're doing a bilingual brochure. We do have a letter of support from the Community Development and Planning Department. Anybody like?
I make a motion that we approve this grant proposal number 44328 for Grow Native with a Spanish language educational brochure.
Thank you, Sharon. First motion from Sharon. Anybody want the second motion?
second,
Eileen. It's a second motion. Anybody want to speak to the motion?
I'd like to speak to the motion.
Audrey?
I'd like to, was a question, 'cause, so this letter is from the Program Management Assistant at the Community Development and Planning Department, City of Fitchburg, Berlin, Jamie, but is that?
Yes,
Okay.
so,
So when I looked at it, I was
I was
like,
going to
okay.
speak to the motion of this, and just to say that I feel like I should abstain from voting on this one, because one of the events they're talking about is coming to our Earth Day event. Berlin is the coordinator of the Earth Day event, that's why she wrote the support letter. And she's already planning for the Earth Day event, that's gonna happen this spring. And they plan on coming, so I think that's why they put that in there, so they can bring those brochures.
Brochure is free for everybody. I think it's definitely good to access our Latin community. Anybody else speaking to the motion?
I'll just speak and say I think it's great. I think we really should have this. We've been trying to do more blending of languages, of different language speaking people in our community. So I think it's great.
All right, all in favor?
aye,
Motion carries for
And the second abstains.
44328.
Google Docs. Great program, spell check.
Oh.
And why they haven't figured that out yet, I don't know.
Google is listening, hopefully they'll work on it.
Yeah, that's right.
Monique Guthrie, this is 46565. 46565. This is a first Thursdays in Fitchburg at Mill Street, it's live painting. So it's 3 2-hour sessions that will be covered with these funds at $600.
I'll make a motion to approve the application 46565 for the first Thursday live painting days by Guthrie, aka Mooney Reverie.
In a second.
second. You do it this
You
time.
second it.
All right, so Audrey made the first motion on 46565. And a second motion is from Eileen. Anybody want to speak to the motion? She does have a letter, I believe, from
There's a lot of support from Joe Ferguson, who is also, she works for In Town, so she's probably the one that approves events happening on Mill Street anyways. And Monique also, she voluntarily does live paintings at all sorts of community events to help promote it and make it a fun, cool thing. So it's nice that, you know, we can get her paid to do something cool on first Thursdays, which I think Fitchburg is trying to promote more.
And to get Mill Street activated too.
I'm let me speak to them.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm unclear if she is asking for $600 for herself to be paid to do live art, or to pay 3 other artists to do live art things.
she didn't specify.
Oh, I was
her.
Yeah, I was assuming it was her.
Because she does this,
And
and she does say, I will use my own supplies.
Yeah,
okay,
So it's
for herself.
Three different sessions.
Right,
Yeah.
and
That means $200 for.
I'm a little
session.
curious, and I may have to abstain from voting because I have been, well, in theory, I have been a paid artist for doing live art at one of the first Thursday events, except I haven't actually been paid yet.
Okay.
Which has to do with university.
But not with us.
No,
We didn't- it wasn't us, was it?
But I'm wondering, because in town, Fitchburg was financing that. And if she's gonna paint, you know, why is she asking for money from the cultural council instead of the town?
Probably for the same reason.
Yeah.
She's making the application on herself,
Yeah.
not out of in-town, correct?
Maybe
Correct,
because in town
She's
can
making
pay
herself,
her.
right, so you separate the two, she's not an employee of in-town, it's application.
Yeah.
Right?
Liz?
and yeah, thank you. My only caveat is that I would have an expectation that she was not working for in-town that day when she was doing this. Because normally first Thursdays are a working day.
It's true.
So I don't think that she should.
Joe?
Oh, I agree.
Is it great?
Screen.
I agree with that as well.
Audrey?
I wouldn't care if she was still getting paid her hourly in-town rate while also being paid to paint. I don't know what, like, I don't know why we would,
I just wonder, I'm sorry,
oh no, I just don't know, we
I
don't.
wonder how she can do them both, because I know that in the past,
Coordinating.
she has been the person to coordinate the first Thursdays, and she's usually running around to a lot of places.
Well, I would say this is hard, it's a small city and the people in the arts are all in the arts, so even like, just to give an example for the public, I was at the bazaar as a vendor and I paid to be there. I'm also there as the cultural council chair and other people were as well, and Monique was there as in town when she changed shirts and became something else herself. So
Right.
it's very difficult, I think this is,
Yeah.
it's just hard to be in this small
She's
community.
a hard worker, and I know she's looking for other ways to source income because so,
Well, she also
Let's
probably
make a
has a job
motion.
of getting
Let's get ahead and
entertainment.
vote,
I think
guys.
Joe wants to say something.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to recommend, the motion you withdraw. Monique is trying to schedule some time to come to the council, her, latest grant request, grant adjustment. And, I assume since she's not here tonight, she'll.
Oh.
This is not the one from the last cycle?
It's about the
The
Santam resource.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which we weren't gonna do today, because I didn't prepare you in advance.
So she wants to discuss another grant.
Another grant.
From a fire season.
So Audrey, would you like to withdraw your motion to have?
So
her-
we're withdrawing the motion, why?
Or-
So she can be here to explain and answer questions for everybody.
Okay,
Do we have more questions?
What is
Well,
she
can I-
gonna do?
can
Is
I-
she hiring?
put something in.
Yes,
She's probably, if she's in charge of setting up these things and everything else, she's probably in charge of finding entertainment for them. So if she's doing that, then she's setting herself up in entertainment, and why shouldn't she be paid as well? I guess is my point of view.
Do people feel like that they have questions that they want to ask Maureen before we vote?
I still have questions because I don't understand the outsourcing of funding for a first Thursday event. You know, there's a lot of gray area, and I'm sure she could explain it, So I would like for us to table it until, especially if she's coming in.
Okay, I withdraw my motion to table, for next week, when
Okay.
Monique will be in person to answer questions.
Okay, I'm taking a note, so 46565 is withdrawn, motion's withdrawn, which we'll ask her to attend and explain more.
Before we move on to this,
Yes.
This is time for, review that application 34250. One, we're gonna consult our. There.
Should I do that now or after?
No, let's do it after that.
Okay. All right,
Who was the, Audrey was the original and then you seconded it?
Eileen,
Eileen,
Thank you.
and then Audrey withdrew.
And then Audrey withdrew.
All right, application 33884. This is the Johnny Appleseed Trail Association, which is technically part of North Central, the Chamber of Commerce in North Central Mass. So Johnny Appleseed is the tourism arm of our Chamber of Commerce. And so they are asking for 1,500, and it's very specific. There's a letter from Roy, who's the director of the Chamber of Commerce. They want to make adjustments to the historical programming exhibits that are at the visitor center, which is on Route 2. Would anyone like to make a motion on this?
Motion to move for, 33884 forward.
So we have a motion from AJ to move this one forward. Anyone want to second the motion? We have a second from Shara. Now, would anybody like to speak to it? If anybody's been to the visitor center, it's, they have the Apple there. They do a publication about the local region called The Guide. It's basically a pit stop for people to stop. They can pick up magazines, literature on the region. They can get snacks. They can use the restroom. She's Diane who runs the center is a real resource. So I think the fact that they're trying to invest in more of a regional display, I think is awesome.
I think maybe the only time we would, if they do end up receiving funding that they bring, that it was part of that exhibit was made possible by the Fitchburg Cultural Council. So that people walking by know that it's a Fitchburg contribution to it.
They have to include credit.
They have to, but I want to see the physical credit.
All right, so I was thinking of that. I mean, the Chamber of Commerce is housed in Fitchburg, so we do benefit from that.
Correct.
So would where are we at? So no one else is speaking to the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so 33884 carries forward. The next one is Joshua Klaus, who is a Fitchburg resident, who's asking for 1,000. This is a book club podcast at the Gardner spot.
Application.
Sorry, I'm sorry, 44539. 44539. It does help kids. It's focused on the LGBT community. Would anybody like to make a motion before we go any further?
I'll make a motion that we approve application number 44539 for the Gaines Project and book club and podcast proposal.
Okay, so we have a first motion from Shara. Would anybody like to second the motion?
I'll second the motion.
We have a second from Eileen. All right, would anybody like to speak to the motion?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard a comment from Liz first.
Yeah, so I'm just questioning whether or not anything is happening in Fitchburg with any specific group of Fitchburg kids. Or a specific group of Fitchburg kids, because it looks like it's happening in Leominster and it's a podcast. So where's the Fitchburg connection?
Audrey? Next.
Yeah, so it's the budget is going to $20 per book at 50 people cost. and the total's $1,000, so I'm wondering, does that mean that they're just doing one book for the entire book club?
Shara?
I'm reading now, I don't know if I.
Well, say that again, Audrey, what you said?
So he says that, the budget is for $20 per book at 50 people. And, $20 times 50 is 1,000, which is the entire budget. So I'm wondering, is he just expecting to do one book for the book club? One way that he could connect it more to Fitchburg is getting a FATV membership, but that costs money and is not included in the budget. I mean, it doesn't cost a whole lot, but that would definitely make it feel more connected to Fitchburg.
It is in this summary though, that additional money will be spent on FATV memberships to produce and deliver the podcast to be televised and recorded for the community.
Okay, so he just didn't include it in the budget.
The membership, we need to add to the
And it could be, it could be books for 50 people, or it could be, 2 books for 25 people, or like, however he's figured it out, it's just, sounds like it's just a sort of start to it. I'm not sure, does he have other funding sources?
He says for personal income.
With this $500, oh, never mind.
I do see that he said recruiting 50 participants, and if funds are not achieved, adjust the level of participants accordingly.
And then he says 25 youth served. So I guess that, at first I was seeing those as a
50 adults,
discrepancy, that could be 50 of those 25.
Do we feel like voting? Oh, Audrey?
He says that, the project will take place at, the Gardner Spa in Leominster, but we do not have a venue commitment letter, just to keep in line with our.
All right, so all in favor of funding 44539? All right, it's not approved. The next one we have is 38188. This is at the Boys and Girls Club in Leominster. This is performance art. It's Henry the Juggler. The man is from Amherst. And we do have a letter of support from the Boys and Girls Club. Anyone like to make a motion on 38188?
I'll move that we approve Henry the Juggler Performance Grant 38188.
So we have the first motion from Eileen. You want to second it?
Oh, second.
All right.
Everyone just.
Audrey, I'm very quiet. So would anybody like to speak to the motion on 38188 for 250 for a performance of Boys and Girls Club?
I will say that the Boys and Girls Club does serve the large
Fitchburg, yeah.
I love the Boys and Girls Club.
And I will add that they have a letter, a venue commitment letter from, Boys and Girls Club.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So 38188 carries. The next one, are you ready, AJ? I know, I'm not a fan. I'll be a little, as Audrey knows.
I'll make
Sorry,
it.
the screen's about.
I'll make a motion.
Oh, I didn't, all right, so let's get the number to AJ. So
Everybody
we
got
have
the
37359. This is Laurel Wood Garden Club. And Eileen has made a motion,
Where is this? I might have the wrong one.
Page 251.
page 251, yeah.
Yeah, this is art
This is great.
beautification
This is,
public benefit, right?
This is definitely in line with our
Another
Okay.
page.
Okay.
our
I'm sorry,
community
I got that. So,
input. This is for beautification, it's 550. It's in the Renaissance Park in Fitchburg.
We're thinking 37359
Right, so Eileen made a first motion,
Oh, she
so
did?
AJ, are you gonna second the motion?
Yep. Sorry.
Anybody wanna speak to the motion? Audrey?
Yep, this is a previous application. They do the, giant, Renaissance truck, next to City Hall where they, built with a giant, flower display that, they start in June and then it grows to being enormous by the fall. And it's very pretty,
I think it's amazing.
in Renaissance Park.
We funded her for the last 2 times and she's great.
So,
All in favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Funding for 37359. I think the next one is 40945,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
40945.
Pages together. So Henry Hikes to Fitchburg, this is workshop at FATV. Judith Leinstedt from Fitchburg is asking for $2,065 for the change. And this is a docu-film. And it's not really for kids. Anybody want to make a first motion on this one?
I will. I'd like to, I vote to approve Henry Hikes to Fitchburg, grant number 40945.
Do you want to second the motion? Thank you, Eileen.
I'll second the motion.
So we have a motion from Eileen and a second motion from Liz. Anybody want to speak to the motion? Audrey?
I don't have a venue commitment letter from FATV. However, it's just, getting a mothership and scheduling time to record, but, in the past, we've had applications that said that they work with FATV and they've liked them, and I don't know, it might be messier, it might be good to get a commitment letter.
Anything else?
Anybody familiar with the book? I am. It's a beautiful book.
I am
you know.
too.
Probably make it interesting.
Pretty good, Judith.
So,
So,
We know Helen is involved and we know Helen.
So are we doing the same thing where we're withdraw the motion and then
Okay,
get a commitment letter?
so Eileen, would you like to withdraw the motion and then we can get a letter?
why am I doing that?
I mean, that's what we've been doing with the other one, so
It's fair.
You want more information? Is that
no,
what
we need
it
a venue commitment letter.
Okay, a letter. All right, I withdraw the motion.
All
I can't hear
right.
you guys, way down here that well. Speak up.
Yeah,
We
we have
should
to.
squeeze in.
Oh, yeah.
A little closer.
Well, if you guys wanna move this
No, that's
way,
okay,
it's closer
that's
to the
okay. Just
microphone.
everybody should mumble.
On the page.
These have rolly chairs.
yeah, it's
Sure.
shared.
All right, so we
Roll on
are tabling 40945 and Tamara will ask for a letter. That was 40945 is tabled. So we're going to 35529. 35529. This is a Roaring Jazz combo series. It's $500 requested. And I can't remember the place. It's at the Fitchburg Senior Center. And I didn't see a letter.
I motion that we.
Do we have to move, hold on, before we make a motion, there's no letter. Let's talk about this first, so we don't withdraw.
Okay.
So do we want the letter or
Good
not?
idea.
It's in our-
Probably.
Okay.
I mean,
think
Paul has worked with us before, but
Right, and I'm sure he will get it, but we should require it, if we're requiring it for one, we require it for all.
Okay, so let's not make a motion at all. It's just
So it's-
table.
Joe, is that the appropriate way to go about this? Because usually it's like, oh,
Yeah,
we're
we
even
can-
gonna start talking about it, we need a motion.
Let me just make a note.
Taking the motion just gets us to the vote faster.
Gotcha.
So, we decided we don't need a motion on this because
We're not
the
gonna vote right now.
requirements, we need that.
Right, I'm sure you can get it.
Which can get sticky,
I was gonna say, this is gonna get,
you know what I'm saying, with the next one.
May I
Liz?
know we're in between, but we've said that we're going to allow institutions that we know, and before, want Fitchburg to not have that letter of support, so I guess where's that? It's just institutions versus.
Individuals.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Definitely think we need to change the bylaws so there's flexibility,
We'll make one,
so that we don't have to do this next
I
time.
think I went back to what they were before.
Correct.
Like the next
Right.
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the next one, you know what I'm saying?
Actually.
Oh, it's optional?
Yeah, it's Blacksmith Festival, we know this, Riverfront Park every year,
Well, that's the other
2,500.
thing, is, right, so the other
There's
thing,
no letter.
right, because she can't get one unless she's applying for the permit,
I-
hypothetically speaking.
We have already approved for a grant that was, planning on having it be in a public space that they just need to, request a permit. So it doesn't involve any like coordination, like with, so
Okay,
she
so
does it
every-
every year.
So can we, since this is the beginning stages of, this is the approval, so if everything else meets is well, then why aren't we approving everything forward and we send an email saying, send us your venue commitment letter for final decision?
I think we
Instead
should,
of just holding all this up, because that's what I feel like we're doing right now, we're going backwards.
can I speak? I think we should hold her to the letter of the law. I have to chase her every year to
You're
get
talking
her.
about Ashley?
I mean, this is what's
Well, it is
written here,
awkward,
and
right?
she should,
Do we want to not fund the?
The 20th annual
That-
Blacksmith
that-
Festival?
Blacksmith
I
Festival?
wanna fund it. If we don't fund it, she won't do it.
That's what,
All right,
yeah, that's what
order
I'm saying.
guys, before Joe gets on my case.
can't we ask her for a letter, just?
Yeah, we can.
I
I mean,
think that's it.
is that
If
fair?
we're asking people for letters before we decide, then
The result,
AJ's like, we're slowing things down.
Yep.
Joe's like, we're slowing things down.
So we're definitely slowing things
We
down.
really wanna slow things down.
I mean, there's still another vote that has to take place. Right now, we're
Which is
just
the money.
moving things forward.
right,
And we know the vendor. we
I
know
wanna
where
move
they're doing
Ashley
it.
forward. I want
do
the
too.
20th annual Blacksmith Festival. Can we vote on it?
I would
we
like
have a
to,
member of
somebody needs to
the
make a motion.
city.
Yes.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve application 39301, 20th annual Fitchburg Blacksmith Art and Renaissance Festival.
Anybody want a second?
I'll second.
Because,
And then we just need to ask for that.
anybody wanna speak to the motion? We have a first from Audrey, second from Liz. Audrey, you wanna speak?
Yeah, so I know that I'm the one that has been calling it out this whole time, and the reason why I think that this is an exception is because it is just asking for, just paying that permit ticket, basically, and, they do it every single year at the same place, around the same time. The Parks Department is expecting them.
It should be on
So
record that
it's
Asha,
precedented.
it is.
Yeah,
That Asha's done it 20 years and we need to give her support so that potentially somebody will take up the next 20.
yeah, and there's no
That's kind of
coordination
where we're
that, needs to be involved with the venue person, it's just putting in the application, requesting the date.
So all in favor,
Hi.
39301 moves forward.
With all that, right?
Yes. All of us. It's a similar thing with the next one. 33128. Holiday Lights of Common, do it every year, 5,000 is Bill McSheedy.
So is there a way?
It's 33128. I'd like to see this one move forward. We do it every year. We know Bill, we know the common.
I make a motion that we approve
Yeah.
application 33128.
So we have, I made a mistake. So we have a
Second.
first motion from Shara,
Second,
a second from Eileen. Anyone speaking to the motion? Audrey?
Yeah, I mean, Bill is hired by the mayor, so, I mean, he doesn't get a
yeah,
venue
He's not
commitment
hired.
letter.
It's all volunteer.
Or volunteer, but I mean, like, he's working through the mayor's office, like, they don't need a venue commitment letter.
yes.
Joe?
I just want to say this is actually occurred last night. As well.
Not last
They know what
night.
they're doing?
Saturday
Oh,
night.
It was
No,
last
Sunday.
night.
Oh, you're right,
Sunday.
Sunday night, yeah, you're right.
Oh.
I thought today was Tuesday.
So all in favor?
Aye.
33128 is a yes. Okay, the next one, 35015. 35015.
I'll make a motion to approve application 35015, Always Remember Showcase from the World Premiere, with the provision that they get a venue commitment letter from FATV. Does that make you guys
Well, now you're really, yeah.
I was like, does that make you happy? Because we can do provisionals.
which we did a lot of last year, actually. So,
Did somebody, you seconded it?
no,
I do.
did you want to?
I would second it, I thought she did already.
I did, but you could have it.
Audrey made a first motion, Shara made a first motion.
Second.
No, I made a second.
Yeah, I didn't say Audrey before for funding, but
With the provision of a venue commitment letter.
All right, so that means we have to take a vote. So, unless you want to withdraw your motion, Audrey.
I mean, wasn't the suggestion just to carry through,
The suggestion was, we don't do the motions, we just say we need to get a letter and move it forward that way.
would you guys like to do that?
Yes,
Oh, Liz,
Would it be bad if I spoke to the motion before I go?
you can speak to the motion.
This is a completely virtual thing, there's no actual presence here in Fitchburg, and for that reason, I would not support this.
I agree with that. Like Bill Mass dress to boot.
yeah, I had noted, they said that they are sharing this video to many different towns, but they only apply to us. They didn't apply to other, local councils.
So we have a first motion on the table from Audrey, we have a second from Shara. All in favor, we're gonna vote. Not approved for funding.
Not enough public benefit.
Not 35015?
That was 35015. Okay, so the next one is from Randolph, musicdance.edu. Hip hop chair dance for seniors,
application.
37231. Sorry, AJ.
No, that's great. I
Should
really
do the
like
number
the hip-hop
first.
part.
I do too, it's kind of fun.
So there's no,
37231.
They don't have a specific.
Can we get a motion on the table first?
well, do you want to do a motion?
Yeah, let's just do a
Even though
motion.
there's no venue commitment letter.
I saw that too.
All right, I will make a motion to approve, application 37231, hip hop chair dance for seniors, with the provision that they procure a venue, at least one venue commitment letter.
Second,
Okay. We have a motion on the table from Audrey, second from Eileen.
I'll speak to the motion. We have had, granted, Rhonda, several years in the past. We had her on, at FCCTV. Casey interviewed her. She was an absolute delight. I found videos from, the Gables of Fitchburg, of the seniors doing her hip hop chair dancing. And they seemed like that they were having a lot of fun. She does every year say that the project will be at James Manor Rest Home, which has been changed to Penny Lane for several years.
South Street.
Oh, okay, yep.
And also kind of odd that one of the locations is the Fitchburg Housing Authority. I don't know if they usual host performances.
Wallace Towers.
Oh, Wallace Towers, okay.
Aging facility.
I like it. I like
It
it.
seems awesome.
All right, let's take a vote. Anybody else want to speak to the motion? I'd like to vote.
They
Mrs.
don't-
Green,
oh,
go ahead, you're
I
speaking to the
do,
motion.
I wanna speak, yeah. I mean, they have on or after Black History Month as their date, like they have nothing specific.
Okay,
And they have no letters of commitment, so I think that.
We are voting with the provision that they do include one.
We also have the provision that they get more clarity on their date,
on their what?
on the date or dates.
Well, that would
I
come
guess
with
that
the
the
venue letter.
vagueness is about the venues.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think that's legitimate.
All right.
One thing I've noticed this year, we don't seem to have so many things for the senior centers.
Oh.
We've had them in the past, but, you know, they really liven up the place, you know, so,
They need it.
yeah, you're right, you know, but there've been some people who've come out and said, well, we think all the money should go to children, never mind the seniors. But I think that's wrong.
Do we not have as many senior center performance applications this
I
year?
don't
'Cause in
see
the
some of
past
the
we've
regular
had a lot.
I haven't seen some of the regulars that come out and put on a show for the seniors.
Haven't found a beautiful thing yet.
Yeah, we haven't, yes.
So in
So,
favor?
all,
But
yeah,
anyway,
so
for this
all in
reason,
favor
I'm in
of
favor of this.
approving 37231 with the contingency of the letter from the venue.
Aye.
Aye.
Tamara will ask for a letter. Okay, the next one. Yes, the next one is musicdance.edu as well. I'm autistic and I'm fantastic. This is at the Gables. 680 they're asking. No, Randy J, I'm not doing good today. 37286. 37286.
I'll make a motion to approve the application 37286. I am autistic, I am fantastic, with the provision of a venue commitment letter.
I
Okay.
second it.
Okay,
It says here, though, on page 309, that they have a firm commitment. Stacy Bowman, Activities Director, is that enough of a commitment?
Well, they didn't say it themselves. They gave us a their description from that.
Right, we can't really be calling every venue, like if we
Double
just
check.
got contact numbers for people and had to make calls to all the venues instead of getting some.
I think it's a good idea, that way we do the commitments for them.
ooh, hey.
Oh. I mean, if you want to do that,
Different
like.
pay scale.
That's
Yeah.
okay, just raising a question, just raise your question.
All right.
Speaking to the motion.
All right, so anybody else needs a motion? Nobody.
I do want to speak to them, sorry.
Let's move along.
Can I speak?
Yes.
Okay, so Tamar, on the first grant review session, you gave us like a bunch of letters that people gave us and emailed to us. I've misplaced those. Has anyone been keeping track of any of those venues?
So I'm looking at the one that we haven't gotten to yet.
Okay,
So one
great.
is- Yeah. so
You're on top of it.
Sort of, pretty much. One we've already approved without the letter. This was last week. And the other one is Rebecca Rice, which we'll get to tonight.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm out of order, but I just noticed the time.
Yeah, 6:10 past 6.
Right.
We're still at 6:30.
Okay.
So we're on track. So we have, so this is 37286 with a motion from Audrey, a second from Eileen to approve this with a letter.
Yep.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Tamar will get a letter. The next one is, number 38305. This is the Neshoba Symphonic Band of Bolton, and they're performing, and now if I'm mistaken, it's Neshoba Regional High School. This is not in Fitchburg.
Mhm.
So would anybody like to make a motion?
Move 38305 forward.
AJ made the first motion. Anybody want a second? Liz? Anybody want to speak to the motion? Audrey?
Yeah, Neshoba Regional High School in Bolton.
Yeah,
It's like 20 minutes away.
That answers a lot of questions. All in favor? Not approved. Okay, the next one is application 4. Are you ready? Sorry. 42259. 42259. This is Ferdinand Nazario for 5,000. It's a mural for military veterans. It's supposed to be in Fitchburg. It's to support military men and women who've served. I was a little vague on this. Anybody want to make a motion?
Make a motion to approve application 42259 with the provision of a letter of support from somewhere.
All right, Audrey making the
Venue.
first motion.
Second,
Eileen making the second motion. Anybody want to speak to the motion? Audrey?
Yeah, I think the entire application's pretty vague. It does say, I only hope to make a masterpiece for the city of Fitchburg, so I don't know if he's expecting to, hoping to make this public art. But,
It's
not
also
sure.
from Worcester. Liz?
They're not local. Yeah.
So my only real concern, aside from getting that venue letter, is, the answer to our question about, how would they adjust if they don't get the amount that they're requesting, is just they may have to see donations. So that's a little concerning that might not come to fruition.
Yeah, the whole thing's vague.
I mean,
People served
I'd
is
love
four.
to support it, but I mean,
The people served is 4, but
Oh,
it's
that's
for
amazing.
everyone.
Oh,
Eileen? I got a
where are they
hand
gonna
for my-
put this? Don't you, if you're
Yeah.
gonna do a mural, shouldn't you have a wall or something you're gonna do it on?
Yes,
Yes.
Shara?
I wanna say, you know, there is nothing here that makes me confident that this will happen.
I agree.
His whole qualifications is his desire to do it. He doesn't show any experience, he doesn't have
No
any
resume.
connection to Fitchburg, there's no resume here. There's no
Local letter of support.
local letter of support or any even intention of where he might do it, so
Right.
I don't
I think
see
we're all on the
anything.
same page. So let's take a vote. All in favor of 42259? Motion fails, not approved.
Do we say that's not enough public benefit or it doesn't meet local criteria?
It doesn't,
It doesn't meet local criteria.
right,
Poster based, no letter. No clear indication of type in picture. All right, so 37632. 37632. We're doing great, guys. Joe, I don't know if we'll hit 40, but I'm working on it. 37632.
41. No, that was. This is the
No.
41st.
Well, we did.
No.
but we did
I was
yeah.
trying to get through these. I don't think we're gonna do it.
Go on.
37632, New Players Theater Guilds, obviously Fitchburg based. This is performing arts. The project is Honk Junior. They're asking for 1,000. They're estimating 250 people will attend and that 40 youth will attend.
I make a motion, can I make a motion?
Yes.
I make a motion that we support Honk Junior, grant number 37632.
I second the motion.
Okay, so we have a first motion from Eileen and a second from Shara. Anybody speaking to the motion?
Honk if you approve.
All in
Junior.
favor of supporting the New Players Theater Guild?
Aye.
Aye.
37632 is approved. The next one is also from the New Players Theater Guild. It's 40965. 40965.
I make a motion that we approve City of Angels grant number 40965.
I second.
So we have a first motion from Eileen and a second from Audrey. Anyone speaking to the motion?
Seems like we approve 2 of these every year anyway.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
40965 is approved. For funding, thank you. 34328.
24328.
34328. Asking for 500 Howard Newman of Melrose, Mass. This is to take place at the senior center. This is also a performance. And
I'll make a motion. They do.
yes,
I'm making a motion to approve application 34328, knock on wood, acoustic folk rock duo.
Second.
Eileen,
who is it?
Eileen.
Okay, so Audrey made the first motion. Eileen made the second. Anybody speaking to the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
34328 is approved for funding. Thanks, guys. The next one is 40832. North County Land Trust, taking place at the Fitchburg Library. They're asking for 1,080. They do have a letter from the children's librarian, so it's for kids. Anybody want to make a motion? AJ made the first
I'll
motion.
second it.
Shara made the second motion. Anybody speaking to the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Funding the kids? Tell me when you're ready,
No commitment letter on the next one.
Right.
AJ. 33330.
4 threes?
4 threes,
Yeah.
plus a 0. Yep. North Worcester County Symphony Orchestra asking for 2,500 to perform at St. Bernard's. There's no letter from St. Bernard's.
I'll make a motion to approve application 33330. Spring Edward Symphony with, provisions that they procure a commitment letter.
Anybody want to second the motion?
Second,
All right, so we have a motion from Audrey to approve 33330 and a second from Eileen with the condition that it's a letter. Anybody want to speak to the motion?
So it kind of sounds like that they're just having a concert that is happening at St. Bernard's. It doesn't seem like it's happening for the school students. It's just basically St. Bernard's is the venue. And I'm assuming that it's probably anyone can attend as long as they.
Patrons can pay a ticket.
$25 ticket. Yeah. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it just said it's, normally things like this are reserved for people who have the means, and so this is aimed at helping people who don't, basically.
But do you think that just means like instead of going to the Boston Symphony?
Right.
But they still have to pay $25.
Yeah, which is
Right.
kind
As
of
opposed to like,
standard, maybe even a little bit higher than
Well, yeah, I
most
mean-
concerts in Fitchburg.
Yeah, in Fitchburg, if they were going to this, it would
Exactly.
be a lot.
Uh,
All right. Were you gonna say something else, Sarah?
I don't know. I'm trying to catch up with all the details on this one.
All right, so we have a motion on the table from Audrey.
Is anyone familiar with the North Worcester County Symphony Orchestra and School Music, the School of Music? Are they, does that mean that they're a school or are these students?
No idea.
I love that. Does anything for anyone?
Audrey made the motion, right?
Yeah, Audrey made the motion, we have a second from Eileen.
Yeah.
So do we feel like voting?
sure, I think it's a good thing for the community. I mean, it's a cheap way to hear a concert. It's at a venue that's open and can play a concert. I don't know how many concerts we have around here, really.
I'm just wondering, because they've applied to not just Fitchburg, but Shirley and Air and Lunenburg and Ashby and Lancaster and Leominster. So are they planning on performing at school venues in all of those towns? Or are they looking for funding all toward this one event? That's what I'm curious about.
Oh, we could ask
They
them.
have a huge budget here for what it costs to actually produce this,
So,
not what they're asking just from us.
I didn't want to step on you to finish.
I'm just curious if that budget is for performing at all of these different venues, or if that budget is just for one performance, and they're looking to get funding from all these places.
So my interpretation of this, based on what's in the application, is one concert, it's at St. Bernard's High School. 500 people on this, would be on explaining to both 500 people, I've never read in St. Bernard's also. And St. Bernard's serves students from populations outside of Fitchburg as well as inside Fitchburg.
Right.
So, and that would justify their interest in applying.
And I'd like to say something. What's interesting about, I guess we're gonna get one word, the Fair Symphony Orchestra, which this organization is filling the void for that one, which used to be based in Leominster at one point. So it's basically filled with musicians. I don't know. I feel bad for musicians because they don't really get a lot of pay. So they have to join these type organizations to be able to be in shows. And we don't really have one locally. So it's kind of amazing.
Not
that-
large.
I think it's a really wonderful thing, I just wanted to
should
get
have
clear on the ask and the details, so, yeah, I,
Audrey, you have a call too? And
Yeah.
Charlotte, sorry, I cut you off.
no, it's not.
No, I was just gonna say that I agree with Joe about the interpretation. It says that the 50-person band, so it does make sense that this is, I didn't do the math, but it probably adds up to one concert. And usually when they say that they've applied to other cultural festivals for this specific project, that means that they're hoping that other communities will help fund it. And which, they're probably asking themselves, why doesn't Fitchburg fund it? But they're only, requesting 2,500 from us. And it will be here.
The main budget is musicians, and I think they need to get paid.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
All right, so we have a first motion from Audrey and a second from Eileen. And the ask has been for a letter of support from Fitchburg. So all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so, motion carries, and Timur will ask for a letter of support from the head. Oh, Shara, you're next.
Yeah.
We also
I'm
have
outta
5
here.
minutes, so.
So I don't,
So
I
we-
mean,
she should speak as a member of the public
Yeah.
first before we put in a vote.
It'll be good for Shara if you have anything you want to say about the project before we use the vote.
Start with an
This was your opportunity.
Sorry, application 38693, and I think what we're gonna do, because there's two back-to-back that are Shara's, there's two applications, so it's 38693 and 43530. So 38693 plus 43530.
We're gonna deal with them separately, though, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
This computer will
But
work.
Shara will be gone for both. All right, Joe?
One on the point of order.
Yeah.
Has full council completed their conflict of interest paperwork?
No, because Eileen needs to. Because Eileen wasn't here last.
Yes.
We should put it off till the next time, so that we have.
I
all
want to skip
conflict of
over them and
interest
do some one
documentation on file.
Sure.
Yeah, we might as well.
So we just.
We only have 6 minutes.
I have to figure out how to do that in my book.
That works
And
great.
do we have more that we have to do for closing?
Actually, let's do this, application, read those two.
No problem. 38693 and 43530.
Joe, do you want? to
3,
discuss
5, 3, go.
Going back to the one that you had to look up, the Robert
We can
Tools?
finish that.
Yeah, I mean, that's all the time. I've left it, yeah.
Just a second.
All right, so what number are we going back to?
It's gonna be. Application 34350.
If we start from now, we will have gone through 45 applications. That sounds pretty good.
Joe, can you pull up the page number?
What's the
Uh,
page?
367.
367.
Oh, wait. Oh, you're talking about that
Going
one?
Going
backwards?
back to.
165.
185.
Hey, what, 95?
185.
185,
We'll be taking the vote.
Chris Jones.
Point of order.
185, is that what you're saying?
Page 185, application 34350, for film and media creator.
Okay,
So, since we've already made a vote, on this, we have two options. We can reconsider the vote tonight, but we can't amend the current motion. So, I don't think that's the approach we want to take here. We can put it on the agenda and discuss it next week. You can always make a new motion on the same. application. That's an option. For Robert's rules.
Do we want to just do a provisional vote, just to make it easy?
Well, we've already made a vote tonight. All we can do is reconsider, revote on the same motion. You change the motion, include the vote. We can do a new vote next week.
And the way we do that is that we make a motion to reconsider the vote.
We do nothing tonight. We
No, I
show up
don't
next week
right now.
and,
When we do it, what is the protocol?
we just treat it as if it was a new application and someone else can make a different motion on the application.
So you're saying the distinction here is what we do tonight versus the next week?
Correct.
So
Right,
if we wanted to do something tonight, all we can do is reconsider exactly what that motion was, but we can't
And the
create a
way,
new motion.
the way the motion was stated, we would end up with the same result.
Okay.
So hold tight.
Yeah. We'll try and bring it up next week.
Okay.
Thank you for your
Well,
diligence.
So AJ?
They didn't have a resignation letter. We
Okay.
didn't turn that up until like after, we like voted on it. And then was like, wait, but they didn't.
Okay.
I know, I started with that this year, but I didn't get
I'm
very far.
impressed with it.
So,
Oh, or all the ones I see.
Yeah.
Well, it's 6:30.
yeah, so hold on a second, I just wanna make sure we are. So we didn't get to where I wanted to get to, that's okay. So we're just, so it's 6:28, so we're gonna make a note to stop at 34494. This is where we're stopping. Next time, we're gonna start with 34494.
Why wouldn't you start with 38693?
Yeah.
Sharon's.
Mine.
Sharon.
Oh, okay,
Hit me.
all right, we'll start with Sharon.
Sharon never got,
Starting with 386.
never got a vote.
Okay, it's
Yes.
in there.
We're starting with 38693.
Yeah.
And don't let me
386.
forget, next time, I sent you all an email before, like weeks ago, with the documents for some of them. One is a letter from Rebecca Rice. So we need that one for next week.
Got it.
And also her exhibition is currently at the Ashby Museum, Ashby Public Library, which they have limited, the public library has limited hours, there's no weird hours. But I'm planning on stopping in there, before we vote on it, and I'm glad that
Yeah,
Maisel did, because I haven't.
so yeah, that letter is for next week. We also have, a grant application modification for next week, and I have the letter here. Do you guys want the letters today or next week?
I'd like to see it down.
I can put it in my
So I'll-
book here, so.
I'll also let you pass it around. Okay, so with that, thanks for your hard work today, everybody.
We approved the meeting, the minutes from last meeting.
And I didn't send them around, so
Next time around.
So next time we'll do those. So it is 6:30. I'd like to take a motion to conclude today's meeting. Whoever would like to make a motion.
Make a motion to, adjourn.
All right, so Audrey made a motion to adjourn. Anyone want a second?
That's it.
Okay, this is,
Second from
a
Liz.
letter from Monique Gregory about, adjusting for,
Oh, yeah,
Previous
yeah,
grant.
okay.
It's,
Okay, so for the
for next-
public, excuse me, guys, just we're
Do
gonna
you
adjourn
want
at
one, or-
6:30. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.